All right, so today we're going to do dividing multi-digit numbers, and instead of representing our answer with a fraction as a remainder, we're going to do it with a decimal as our remainder. So here's my expression, 45 divided by 12, and then I rewrite it over here, putting 12 on the outside, my divisor on the outside, my dividend on the inside, right? Remember, first number inside, second number outside. And then I'm going to use my rules of 2, 5, and 9. So I'm going to multiply 12 times 2. And I get 24, which is too small. So now I'm going to multiply it by 5, which is too big. But I'm going to multiply it by 9 too, just to show you how we use all three numbers. So in this case, 24... when I multiply by 2 is the closest because 5 is too big. So I'm going to try 3 and see what happens. When I multiply by 3, I get 36. And 36 is pretty close. And I'm pretty sure that if I multiply by 4, it's going to be way too much. So I'm going to put in 3 and use that. So I have 3. And now I'm going to put my 36 in. And I'm going to subtract that. And when I subtract that, I get 9 left over. And as you can see, I represented it as a 90. Now, remember, I'm going to be doing this as decimal, not as a fraction. Because if I was doing it as a fraction, then I would write 9/12. But because I'm going to be doing this as a decimal, I need to drop down my 0, which means I have to add a decimal next to my 3. So that's what the 0 over here with 90 represents. Is that I'm adding a decimal, okay? Because I'm continuing to do my division. So now I have 90. But if I look over here, I already did 5 and I did 9. 9 is too big. It's kind of close. 5 is definitely too small. So I need something in between. So I'm going to go with 7 and see what I get. And it gives me 84. 84 is really close, so I'm going to use that one. So I put my decimal, my 7 up there, and then I'm going to subtract my 84. And after I subtract my 84, I get 6 left over. And again, you can see I put the 0 there for 60 because I'm still pulling down my decimal. I'm going to keep pulling that 0 down until I get a number that I can no longer, like I get 0, 0, right? Zero it out. That's where I'm looking for is my 0, 0, 0. Or if I find a pattern where it repeats and repeats and repeats, then I know I have to stop because it's just going to keep repeating on me. But in this case, I got 60. And I already know because I did my rule of 2, 5, and 9 that 60 is 12 times 5. So I know I'm going to put a 5 up there because I already did that math. And that's going to give me 60, which is 60 minus 60, which is 0. So my final answer for this one is 3.75. So that is how we represent a division using decimals. If you have any questions, please call me over. Otherwise, you can go ahead and start working on your practice.